Ready? Yep. CJ James. What does CJ stand for? First off, tell the world.
Colin James.
Colin James, baby.
Yes, sir.
UTSA. But you have a cool story. So what I like to do on this is, as you know, you've been around here a while doing our Combine Pro Day training. Did you just look down at your gun? See how it looked? Be honest. That's all right, bro.
In my vein.
Oh yeah.
It's popping.
I see you, dog.
I ain't even lift yet.
Little workout.
Yeah.
I used to have guns. Now they're I don't even know what to call them anymore. Water guns, maybe. But you've been here for a combine. You see that everything we do outside of combine season is typically to mentor and impact our youth here in Knoxville.
Yeah.
So I have not tried to blow up this podcast to date. It's mainly for our kids, but a lot of my buddies and a lot of people around the country watch it, obviously. But mainly get a little CJ James story, help some kids that are potentially struggling, going through some shit, whatever. Something you might say might change their life and give them the strength to get through a hard time they're going through, but also let them hear your awesome story and how you've gone from Springfield all the way to, getting ready for the NFL. It's pretty cool. So, anyways, start with you. Brothers, sisters, mom, dad, how'd you grow up? What were your struggles? Where did you go to school? Where did you first go to college? Just give a little bit of CJ James history.
Dang. It's so much to unpack here. So I guess we'll start with my siblings and all there. CJ James. I'm from Springfield, Massachusetts. I'm the oldest of 7. Growing up, I went to Central High School, public school. Ain't no secrets to it. I just been, grounded my whole life. I had like 2 offers coming out of high school from D2, and one of them I actually got taken away. So I only had one offer from a D2 school local in my city. So I decided to take a chance on myself and go junior college. I went to Lackawanna College in Pennsylvania. If anybody knows about JUCO, it's a struggle, man. It's a grind. It's like dang near like prison. But hey, we made it through that. I played there 2 years. My redshirt in my first year. Second year was COVID. We didn't have many games, but I played 3 games. Got decent film out of that. Took my talents over to Abilene Christian in Texas. I kind of went into like a dying situation. The coaches they was ready to get fired. They were just trying to save their job. So came there, tried to ball out for a little bit. Didn't meet the expectations with 5 and 6. Coach ended up getting fired, so I had the transfer portal. Transferred to University of New Mexico for 2 years. Played there. Kind of the same situation. Coaches was trying to save their jobs. Didn't really work out. First year we went 2-10. Second year we went 4-7. Coaches ended up getting fired again. So I did the same thing. Hit the portal again. Transferred to University of Texas San Antonio, UTSA. Found my first little bit of success. We went 7-6. Had my first bowl game ever. Played a great year. Met some great guys, and put my heart on the line, and that kind of led me to now. I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee, training, about to get ready for the NFL draft. So it's been a grind, but it's been nothing short of a blessing.
That's awesome, man. Well, like I've told you, you're one of my favorite human beings on the entire planet. You make every session, every group, every breakfast, every morning, every afternoon, every dinner, you are an energy bringer. Certain people are energy takers, and you are an energy giver, and that is a gift from God and something that I can tell you take seriously, that gift from God that you have, because there's no damn way you feel that good every day. And this is something we share. And it can be exhausting sometimes because if CJ's in a bad mood, everybody knows it. So, like, other folks can be in a bad mood and nobody knows it. Like, nobody's going to know when Robbie's mad or when he's happy, right?
Yeah.
He's the same cat every day. So with me, I was always a little bit like you. I had that gift from God. I've always been a big energy guy. So on the days that I wasn't feeling great, 3, 4, 5 people before, the first meeting's like, you good, bro? What's wrong? You good? What's wrong? So it's like you feel like you have to bring that every single day, and sometimes that can wear you down. So I got a ton of respect for folks that God gave that gift, because that was a gift that he gave me. We didn't earn it. We didn't just all of a sudden become that way because we wanted to.
Yeah.
And it's been fun watching you bring energy every day, so all the guys can feed off of you. And then hopefully the Bible studies and the mindset and Rodney and John and some of the guys that have been around have helped you fill your tank back up. But I want to make sure you know that. It's been much appreciated, my friend, because every year there's a guy that no matter what, if everybody's in their feelings or if everybody's wore out or sore, it's like, well, I see Joe, get him going. Get him going. He'll make a joke about a fat lady or something, and we'll be rocking and rolling. You know what I mean?
Gosh, don't sleep on them tortas, man.
Oh, gosh, she ain't 280, she ain't a lady, huh?
Exactly.
Jesus, good Lord, help us. Help us, Timo. Help us, Timo. CJ's about those breeders.
I'm looking to build a future, man. I'm about to start an army of CJs. You're going to have a bunch of big-headed, little, dread-headed, little savages running around here.
I love that. Why they all got to have dreads? What about a haircut like me? All dreads. I got my hair braided one time in high school.
For real?
Yeah, I had long hair.
You ever
It was
thought about
awful.
getting like a lineup?
Bro. So I was in Buffalo, and all the barbers come in, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's week 7, week 8. I'm like a Great Clips, Sport Clips. Go pay my $26, get the warm towel, go home. That's me. Just Rodney gives me unlimited hell about it because he shaves his own head and he's like, I cannot believe you're paying for a haircut, Lee. That's ridiculous.
He's bald too, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't go bald, so I got to line the neck up, and it's just a process for me. It's kind of like changing the oil in my truck. I can change my own oil, but I don't want to do that. I want to pull in the little oil place, be on my phone, send some emails, and boom, my oil's changed. I want to go get my hair cut. I want to sit down. I want to get the warm towel. And I want to leave.
Yeah.
So, anyways, in Buffalo, we were playing a game, and I was looking ragged, the neck hair, and I never really cared too much. You can tell me right now. Look at me. But you got a beautiful wife. She hadn't left yet, so I'm not worried about the way I look most of the time. But I do like to get my hair cut occasionally. So I sit down, and the barber, like on a Saturday morning before the game, bro, it took so long. I got a black dude haircut. All right, let's just call it what it was. I got a black dude haircut. I'm sitting there, and I get home, and my wife is like, "Oh my God."
Look
She was
good,
like
huh?
so turned on and excited. I mean, I looked fresh, but it was bro, it was like an hour. And I told her, I'm like, I'm never sitting and getting a haircut for an hour ever again in my life. I don't care how good it looks. I'm out. So one and only
perfection, man.
I know, bro. And those guys are like artists. Like they're so passionate. I want the lady that's hands smell like cigarettes at Sport Clips that just mows the yard, smacks my head with the warm towel, and I leave. I don't need the dude that's like his passion in life is my hair being perfectly lined up to where like he's got the little things and he's backing up and coming forward and backing up and coming forward. Like that's what most guys like. Not me. But it was a badass haircut. I mean, my beard, because I used to have a big nasty beard. So like I said, I looked fresh for sure. Like there was no time in my life I've ever looked as good. Period. End of story. And I've never done it again.
Dang.
Because I can't do that. Can't do that time, man. I can't do that investment in like sitting still in a chair or getting a haircut.
That's like you paying for the perfection.
No question.
You walk outside, you got that face, you looking good, you know, you feeling good, smiling every day. You know what I'm saying? You can't rush that, man.
I did, but here's the thing. What's the number one thing I always say? I'm talking about interviews or whatever. Like y'all going to meet. What's the number one thing I always tell y'all?
Be yourself.
Be yourself.
That's
That ain't
not
me,
you.
bro. So I walked out and I don't feel like me. I got this fresh lineup and it's like, this ain't me. I'm
a warrior.
I'm a rugged warrior, bro.
Yeah.
I'm rugged. Like, just cut my hair and let me go play ball. Don't be trying to make me look all cute and get my beard all trimmed down. And it just wasn't me.
I feel that, man.
You know what I'm saying? So I felt like I wasn't me. So, and no matter how much my wife liked it, that was the last time. So yes, that was a long answer to yes, I've been lined up before. But
Hey, it's a great story, though. I mean, you can't change who you are. You can't fake it for nobody else. If you being yourself, how can you be mad?
no question. And you're for dang sure yourself all the time, which I love. All right, so boom, where was your favorite place you played?
You know, a lot of people ask me this, and you know, I tell them the same answer every time. I love every place I played at. You know,
I'm the same way with my NFL career. Yep.
I treat them all like my kids. Like, you might have a kid you like more than others, but you gotta love them all like the equally the same. You know, every place has their ups and downs. Every place has stuff that you don't like, stuff that you do like. But at the end of the day, that's a logo you wear on your chest and a place where you fought for. So you just gotta respect them all equally.
It's so good, man. And that's like, people ask me the same thing all the time. Where's your favorite place you played? And every time I answer it the same way. I never really give them an answer. I tell them like my favorite things about each place. You know what I mean? Like this place, when we go back to Buffalo, New York, it feels like home. Like when we go back to Oakland, California, which the Raiders aren't even in Oakland anymore, so I'm not going to hurt anybody's feelings. It doesn't feel like home.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I remember that restaurant, or oh, I remember that street, or oh, this is how I went to work, or whatever. But it's like, it doesn't feel like that was like our home, whereas Buffalo does. I don't know why, but my whole family agrees. And but the most fun we ever had was in Oakland. It's 70 degrees every stinking day. You don't have to knock 2 feet of snow off your car, and you see the sun. And the West Coast beaches are 2 hours away, and it's diverse. So my kids get to be around. I mean, I don't think we had a white or a black neighbor that I can remember.
Yeah.
It was Silicon Valley, all tech, Indian, Asian. So it was such a different culture than. I'm sure we had a white neighbor. I'm sure we had a black neighbor, but most of the folks were from across the pond, so to speak, or at least their parents or grandparents or great grandparents were, and it was cool because my kids got to experience so much different culture, and you damn near smelled the Indian food driving through the neighborhood, and it was a different vibe than what the South is, and it was a different vibe than what Buffalo was. So we loved California. So that was probably our favorite time as a family and experience. But the Buffalo Bills organization was unbelievable.
Yeah, I would say the favorite place I've been at. I've been in San Antonio. That was like the shortest time, but I swear, the community, it was just so great. Such a big city. It was so many things to do, but it's like you just felt bored just because it was too many things to do.
Yeah, I feel you.
I would, I'm the type of dude to just stay locked in football, stay focused on the grind. I might have my fun here or there, but I'm, keep the main thing the main thing.
100%, brother. 100%. And it's funny. My dad played for the San Antonio Texans. So long story.
NFL professional
Canadian League back in the day.
Oh wow.
So he he was undrafted, hung around the league for 6 years, but every day he's one of those dudes just worried if he's gonna get fired or not. Right, like career backup. Started some games, but never got like that security. Never had like a long-term guaranteed contract. Just grind. 6 years played, had a good career. But when his NFL career ended, he was like, "Man, screw this shit. I'm gonna go play in Canada where I can be the best player." I'm tired of worrying about my dang job. And all they do is pass the ball, and he was a light tackle. So, but anyways, I don't remember anything about my dad's playing career really, but I remember because I think that was his last year. He just went and played in Canada for 1 year because he wanted to have fun playing football again, and like I said, not be worried about Reggie White and Lawrence Taylor every weekend.
I'm dead.
So, I remember the San Antonio Riverwalk. I can remember that as a kid. I don't know what it looked like, but I think there was a little ice cream shop or something down there. And I remember we went out to San Antonio for like a couple weeks for my dad or whatever. And it was a cool town. I actually got a lot of buddies that are in the Texas area and have ranches. So if I wouldn't have married my high school sweetheart, shout out Alicia Smith, I would probably be in Texas.
Texas, I swear, ever since coming to Texas is like a great place. Everybody loves Texas. And I see why. It's always sunny, great weather, great people, moderately racist, but, everywhere.
I shouldn't laugh, should I? Moderately racist? So what do you mean moderately racist? Give me an example.
Racist,
So this is real stuff. Like, did someone call you a name? Did you just get a feeling the way people looked at you?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, you got a specific story, don't you?
I went, all right, so you ever heard of Comic-Con?
Yes, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, so Comic-Con basically is like a place where a bunch of nerds dress up. They come in their costume outfits.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a pretty cool place. So cool thing about San Antonio, we go there, we work there just helping out, volunteering.
Who's we? The football team?
Yeah, the football team at UTSA. So we go there, we handing out popcorn, soda, whatever, and you just being around the cool people. And I'm a big nerd. I like comic books. I like Marvel. I like, all that. I loved it. I was right at home. So this lady, she come up to me. I don't know. She might have been like Mexican or something. She's like, "Oh my gosh, you guys are out here. That's so great." I'm like, "Yeah." She said, "Congratulations on Black History Month." I said, "What?" No, it wasn't even Black History Month. It was Juneteenth. She said, "Congratulations, you guys earned it." I'm like, "What you mean?" She said
she was being genuine.
I don't know.
Or she wasn't messing with you.
She wasn't laughing.
Serious.
She was being serious, and it was like just the little things like that. It's like you can't get mad. You just gotta laugh at the ignorance. It's like,
but yeah, because if you get mad, what's your options? So number one, it's a woman.
Yeah.
Number one, people ain't got no sense.
Yeah.
And I think that sometimes, especially when you grow up in a predominantly white area, like a lot of my folks, a lot of my friends, family, people, and every single person in my life has a black friend and black people in their life, but the majority of the time they spend is in a room full of white people. They never experience black culture outside of their one or two black friends that typically are in the white group. And it's like, listen, man, like you have no idea some of the things that have been said to black Americans, to the way that they are made feel in certain situations, the way people look at them, and it's bullshit. And it's like we have no idea. And that goes for everybody. That goes for Indians, Asians. Like one of my buddies is Middle Eastern. Like he gets checked at the airport probably more than I do, right? Like and he gets pissed. It's like this shit ain't random. You know what I mean? And not as much now, but especially after 9/11. And it's like you don't know what it's like until you walk in somebody's shoes, man. And Texas is Texas, but it was a Mexican lady, huh?
Mexican lady. And it's funny. We go.
Maybe
through
she had a
the
little
same
black in her,
things.
bro. Maybe she had a little black.
Ain't no black in her. She was straight Mexican, man. And that was, I don't mind. I laughed at the situation, but it's just little things like that. It's not even like big things that racism be. It just be little things that kind of irk you a little bit. But that's just life for black people out here, man. You just deal with it and move on.
Yeah, it sucks though.
It does.
It sucks because it's like, when is it gonna change? And I say it sucks, like not that I know personally because I don't. I'm a white redneck, but it's frustrating. Got a lot of like my kids, especially my oldest boy, all his friends are black because his whole childhood I was in the league. So like that's all he knows is all my friends, and Rodney's his godfather, and like the majority of my close friends when I was playing with black dudes. And
Yeah.
so Brody, I don't know, must be like psychology or something. Like he's gravitated towards like his black teammates, and most of the kids in my house are black kids, and it just having them all around here, just thinking about little bullshit like that, like they gotta hear this or they gotta get looked at this way or whatever, just for nothing, and it pisses me off. But anyways, I won't go down my rabbit hole. It is what it is. I'm sure it bothers you more than me. But for people out there, like, you don't know other cultures. You don't know what other people are going through. I don't care what color they are. I know what it's like to be a white man, and that's it. You know what it's like to be a black man, and that's it. So, anyways, well, let's get to some positive stuff. What's your true weight limit on a girlfriend?
Weight limit on my girlfriend. I like personality, man.
Ooh, so there is no weight limit. As long as she has a good personality. I love
You
that.
make me happy. You make me happy.
God, I love that.
You feel me?
So there's probably a minimum weight limit for you, though.
I could do skinny. I could do big.
So
Small,
I've
long.
never heard you talk about a skinny girl in 10 weeks.
I ain't never felt good around a skinny girl. And it's funny, skinny
You
girl.
ever dated a skinny girl?
Yeah, I dated a couple. They was like thicker skinny, but they're skinnier than me.
All right, so so out of all the guys, I haven't done this with anybody. I'm gonna do it with you.
Yeah.
Because like I said, you're the team energy bringer.
Mhm.
All right, so let's talk about the guys.
Yeah.
This year's class, 15 of y'all.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say like a word. I just made this up in my head. I have no idea why we're doing this, but it just came to my brain.
Come on, give it to me.
All right, I'm gonna say a word, and you just name the person that you think it is.
All right, what's up?
Funniest.
Funny. Joe is pretty funny, man. Once you get to know him,
That's what I thought you were gonna say.
Joe is a funny dude.
He didn't come out of his shell till like a few weeks ago, though.
Gotta get to know him first. He like the same as me, but I'm more outgoing funny. Once you get to know him, he hilarious.
I agree. All right. Scariest.
Scary. Scary, like they be scared of people, or they act like they
People are scared of them.
Oh, Big Ben,
Big Ben.
for sure. Big Ben.
Big Ben. Oh, I won't name names on here because we're going to be nice.
Uh-huh.
But there was one day during the process that Big Ben got mad at someone else, and it brought me a lot of joy.
I was so mad I missed that. I was locked in. Man,
'cause
Ben is such a nice dude. But when he get to that mood,
And nobody can handle him. I don't want to deal with him. I'm too old for that mess. Yeah, just
Hey, just be glad that he a good dude, man. If he was any other way,
yeah, be
this
back.
world would be a bad place.
But that's that African culture, man. Being Nigerian, like I haven't met many dudes from Nigeria that aren't just good dudes. But every one of them, you push them to a certain point, and they're too damn big and strong to deal with, and it's like Polynesian dudes. It's like cool polys. Just don't piss them off, man. Don't be poking them just because they're nice. Because if they finally go the other way, you're in trouble.
I swear, being Polynesian too, it's like they so nice you wouldn't even believe that they would be bad people. Like there's some bad polys out there. I call them evil polys. I'm like, they just beating people up and doing bad stuff. I'm like, dang, that's not what Polynesians do.
No question. But it's like everything else. There's bad eggs with everybody. All right. Most athletic.
That's me.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
Most likely to have the best looking wife.
dang. I ain't gonna lie, probably Essa.
Ooh.
Essa, he big and poly, yo.
Little Triple F, Hut, appreciate you representing the brand.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right, now, most likely to make the most money in life outside of football.
I ain't gonna lie, probably Kamari. He good. He got a lot of business investments in order, and I could just tell he just good with his money.
Yep. Most likely to become president.
Brother Gus.
Golly, Gus, my man.
Accountant. Hey, great dude. I'd go for him.
He's the best. And that's my favorite. I talk about this all the time. That's my favorite thing about the offensive line. Gus, accountant, white dude. And I thought he was going to get sunburn being out in the sun for 10 minutes yesterday. His ass is so white. Married parents that were school teachers in South Dakota. To C.J. James, Northeast. Obviously, you're not a white dude.
Yeah.
And obviously didn't grow up with school teacher, married parents. And it's like all of us become family so fast. Like it happens this way every year. Like the first couple days, first couple weeks, like there's little pods. Like, and sometimes the black dudes go to the black dudes, the white dudes go to the white dudes. It's the way it happens in the beginning every year when they all get the triple F.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, week 2, week 3, week 4, all the blending starts, and everybody starts to build their cool little bonds. The centers start building a bond, you and Gus, and like then by the end, bro, you can't tell who likes who the most. You forget those kind of little pods that got built in the beginning, and it's like every one of you are just brothers. You all have your special little bond. You have your bond with Joe. You have your bond with Gus. You have your bond with Essa. And it's just, that's the offensive line, man. There's no other position group on the planet in any sport that's as culturally diverse and as loyal and loving to each other as the offensive line of football. It's so cool.
That's really just football in general.
Yeah, fair.
The best teams, are the teams where everybody can click together and everybody could, fight for one another. When you got certain cliques on certain different teams, I don't anticipate those teams doing well unless they just have just crazy athletes or crazy coaches or whatever. Everybody just has to be on the same page, fighting for the same goal.
Yep. When I was playing for the Bills, I was the OG, if you want to call it, or whatever, the old guy.
Yeah.
Had older kids and a wife and family and whatever. So I would have these parties at my house, which looking back, the parties we would have with my young kids, and I'm like, good Lord. No women there, just guys, besides the wives, right? Well, dudes would bring their girlfriends or their whatever, so I guess there was women there. But it wasn't like that kind of party. It wasn't like open invitation to the community.
Yeah.
You had to come with a player if you were coming. But I always made sure the defense was there.
Okay.
Like, the defense has to be here. Our starting middle linebacker, Tremaine Edmonds, who now plays up in Chicago, he needs to be gathered around the bar at my house with Josh Allen. They're the leaders of the team. Jerry Hughes, who was the OG defensive end, who's like my brother. Me and him got to be like this, because we gotta bounce things back off and forth off of each other. If something needs to make its way upstairs to the coaches or the general manager or whatever, like me and Jerry got to talk. It's not just an offensive issue. This is a team issue. Like we want to sit in first class when we go to London, instead of the coaches sitting up there all cozy. They ain't got to play a damn game. You know what I'm saying? Little stuff like that. Like that, we got to be united at all times. And then when the game gets hard, all the little ways you were united, whether it was dinner with your wives or a party at my house or we rent out a club somewhere and they lock the front door and it's just us and it has to be offense and defense. You're 100% right. The teams that I've been on that like the offense clicked and hung out alone and the defense was over here, and we never won very much.
Yeah, you just gotta know that your brothers have your back. You know, every game is like a war. You're going against a war against another team, and you gotta know, okay, offense got defense back, defense got offense back. Special teams, they hold everything together. It's like three phases of football. Everybody got to work together, and everything got to be on the same page, same order. Everybody got to be on the same, same wavelength in order for it to work.
Yep. And the one thing that's not talked about enough is, like you said, really good players will just go win games on their own. If you're playing it like if UTSA played Ohio State, Ohio State's coaches could stay back in Ohio.
Yeah.
They could come down there and beat y'all pretty good, right? They're just that much better.
Yeah.
But when it gets down to when it comes to the NFL, the leadership of the head coach and some of that stuff matters so much. The team's good, but now we got a leader that's inconsistent, or we got a leader that is very consistent, and the players ride with the leader. Like there's a reason Dan Campbell's doing what he's doing. Those dudes ride with him.
Yeah.
Former player, he's crying in one interview, and he's trying to headbutt somebody in the next, and he's emotional, and he loves his guys, and he's real. So, anyways, but yeah, all that stuff goes together, man. We're human beings. We're not robots. Like the brothers got to be on the same page. Leadership's got to be good, and everything thrives. All right, so why in the world did you trust in Triple F for your pre-draft process, and why in the world do you still trust us to where you're still here? Did you like it? Did you think we did a good job? You're not going to hurt my feelings, bro. Talk a little bit about Body by Rich and all the Triple F stuff.
Yeah, honestly, coming in here, I didn't have no expectations for here. I was really down to my last. I didn't have no options. My agent hit me up. He said, we're going to send you out to a guy named Lee Smith out in Knoxville, Tennessee, Triple F. And I just said, I take a leap of faith, man. This whole football process for me has just been leaps of faith. So came out here, not really knowing what I was going to get into. When you first pulled up, I was scared as hell. You pulled up in your truck, eyes open. I'm like, dang, what did I get myself into? I'm like, I'm a city boy. I'm not used to this, the countryside. Came through the airport. It's just like I just got the country vibe, and I was a little nervous at first, but after being here for a little while, talking to the guys, talking to you, it's really they really put the F in family. That Triple F, it means something, and all the ideas that we go through here, chasing our faith, chasing God, chasing Jesus, being together as a family and just working on football together, it's perfect. God, he always been steering me in the right direction. Excuse me. He's been steering me in the right direction, with this football for so long, and everywhere I've been to, it just worked out for me somehow. And it's been a blessing to come out here. It's been everything that I needed, going into this professional football process. And I was really blessed to come out here and meet you, and meet Body by Rich, and meet Matt, John, Rod, everybody.
Our dog Breno.
Big Breno, man. That guy's a character, man. I'm telling you, everything. This is stuff that I'll never forget from my life.
I love it, man. And that's the chill bump moments for me, because it's bigger than football. But at the same time, we're training for the Underwear Olympics. So the Body by Rich stuff is obviously the priority and the reason we're going through this process. And it has to be prioritized. And then it's like, all right, so now for a bunch of dudes who played pro football and understand that there's more to it than just running 40 yards really fast when you're an offensive lineman. How do we do? And more than that, like you said, build something to where it's a cool deal for the rest of your life. And Breno alone makes that happen.
Breno, man, I'll never forget that guy.
He ain't right.
He's crazy.
Legitimately.
But I love it.
And that's the thing is, like, I sometimes forget what it's like to be a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? What it's like to be fresh out of college and showing up at IMG in Sarasota, Florida, right outside of Tampa is where I went. It's where my agent recommended that I go back then. They were like the Exos is now, right?
Yeah.
So I go there and just showing up. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about the NFL. I don't know if I'm going to get drafted, not get drafted. I just know I'm going to grind. And sometimes when y'all get here, I almost feel like you're my rookie teammates that I'm going to take under my wing, but you're not even there yet. You're just fresh out, don't know what's going on, nervous in a new city. You're like, who's this crazy redneck guy? Like I'm a city guy, so it's cool, man. And I'm glad that God put Rich in my life, and then now Matt and Rodney and John being my brothers. It's just been really cool. So to hear you say that, I love it. All right, in closing,
Yeah.
CJ James, your life looking back, if you could give the 16-year-old version of yourself some advice for that you think would have been awesome to go into the future and talk to your 24-year-old self, 23-year-old self, 25, how old are you, 24?
24, yeah.
If a 16-year-old CJ could have talked to 24-year-old CJ, what would 24-year-old CJ tell him? Because I promise you there's a kid that might watch this that's going through good things, hard things, tough things, family things that it might change their life. So what would it be?
Yeah. Biggest thing I say, keep going. You going through so much right now, and you don't know where you're gonna end up. You don't know what you want to do really, but you have that dream in the back of your mind, and you might not think it's possible, but it's gonna happen. You can do anything that you want. Don't let nobody tell you can't do something. You the world is yours, and all you got to do is go out and go out and get it. Keep fighting every single day, and don't ever give up on your dreams. 'Cause the only way we truly fail in this life is if we give up.
Mic drop, Timo. I love you, buddy. More than you'll ever know. You're always welcome here. You come back anytime. Like I said, you're one of my all-time favorites, and you can play pro football. Like we both know you're undersized. Got it. So was Jason Kelsey, right? He made a little bit of money, I think. Now he's making more money because he has a big personality. What do you know? Very similar. He's just a little less tan. All right. But like, go be you. Like your personality and what you bring to a room. If that's the way you get in, and they're like, man, we can't let this guy out of the building. He's freaking awesome. He makes everybody laugh, and we suck. We don't have a quarterback, so by God, maybe that's the way you get in, or maybe you go to camp and you're just freaking reaching the shit out of people because you're so athletic, Jason Kelsey style, and like, who cares why? Like, just get in, just be you, and being you will get you in, and then you get that first opportunity, block the shit out of people, finish them like you did on tape, be a madman, and look up later and. Like you said, only way you get truly affected is if you give up, and I know that's not going to happen. So,
yes, sir. Appreciate you,
love you, bro.
Man.
You got it, man. Absolutely. When you leave, Tuesday?
Triple F.
Triple F, babe. Say hut hut.
Hut hut.
Yeah.